Hi guys, Master Indigo here and welcome back to another Payday 2 video. Today we're gonna be talking about the upcoming changes to Payday 2 and more importantly a beta that will be held in about 1 to 3 weeks according to Overkill, and what that beta will change. Obviously, as it is beta, everything might not be final, some values might be tweaked and everything like that, but let's take a look at what is going to happen. So we're gonna have a new skill called Craze. It's gonna be on Sharpshooter sub tree and it's gonna be replacing ammo efficiency. So whenever you hit an enemy, headshot or body shot, it doesn't really matter, enemies around that guy, basically in a tube, wherever the bullet came from, will take damage by 50% from your sniper rifles. If you ace this effect, it will be 100% whenever you headshot. So if there's enemies around the guy you kill, those enemies will die as well. So this potentially will mean that your sniper rifle will become even more powerful weapon, you being able to kill multiple enemies with one shot even though you hit one guy. So there's, as you can see from the picture here, this is basically where the bullet goes and where the bullet hits, and the whole cylinder here is where enemies would take damage if they are inside this cylinder. Obviously, whenever you are playing the game, this cylinder will not be visible, but this is just here for demonstration purposes, so kinda cool, I guess. So it is affected, this skill, by headshot multipliers. So if you target specials like cloakers and bulldozers, that's gonna be a really good idea because they have high headshot bonuses. So you're gonna be dealing more damage, and that damage will be obviously applied to the enemies next to them. So if they are stronger, they will also take the damage there. So ammo efficiency, that was replaced by Craze. It hasn't been completely removed from the game, but it has been moved to the tier 3 of Sharpshooter tree, replacing high value target. And high value target has been moved to tier 3 on silent killer sub tree, replacing specialized killing. And specialized killing is, well, it's the silencer skills, and that will completely be removed from the game.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
This means that obviously silencers will not be removed from the game, but they will be quite less important in making lower tier weapons on higher difficulties valuable, because now even if you equip your silencers and take a skill, you will no longer gain anything in return. Basically, there will be no skill for you to gain more damage with your silencers. So I'm not quite sure about how I feel about this yet, because it does make some of the weak weapons really even weaker, but hopefully this will be balanced around, because we also have some upcoming weapon changes, such as various low damage assault rifles. They will be buffed in response to the whole specialized killing silencer skills being removed. But not only are the assault rifles a problem, I feel like even some SMGs and maybe some low tier shotguns are gonna be suffering from this as well, because silence killing, whole silencer skills have been so big part of the balancing, and now that those are being removed, maybe muzzle brakes and flash hiders are going to make a return in the meta, and so on. Some weapons that they are gonna be targeting on the low damage assault rifle buffs are gonna be Valkyria assault rifle as well as Car 4 assault rifle. This is most likely gonna be the normal type of the weapon and not the DMR counterparts, because DMRs are obviously quite a bit stronger already than the normal variant. And then comes the big stuff. This is going to be AI difficulties, all things, like really tons of stuff. So first, enemies have been made more responsive, especially for the low-end PCs. So this means before, if you had an old PC, like 2-core super slow CPU, this means that enemies on your screen would move quite a bit slower, and this would make higher difficulties quite a bit easier. So you could play one down without no problems, because sometimes the enemies don't even move at all. So this will be more consistent between systems and harder even on those lower end PCs. So AI pathing has also been improved for larger maps like Big Bang, so this means that enemies should move and take a different routes a little bit better. I'm not quite sure to what extent, but there's also tons of different changes. I'm sure that we'll be talking about more of these in the future whenever the beta hits and we can see them in action. And in response to these AI changes, one down enemy health has been reduced to Death Wish levels. So now enemies in Death Wish and one down seems that they will have the same health. Obviously one down units will deal more damage, but having the same amount of health means that maybe those lower tier weapons that don't deal enough damage are gonna be now viable on one down difficulty, even without those silencer skills that are gonna be removed from the game. And now comes the big thing. You now have 3 downs in one down. Yes, or 4 downs with the skill. What this means basically is one down is no more one down difficulty. And it will most likely be renamed to something else. Overkill didn't really say what the rename difficulty might be. Maybe it's Overkill 145 plus, Death Wish plus, or something completely different. Death Sentence. Tell me down below what you think that the renamed one down difficulty should be, seeing as it is no longer one down. So what this means that one down difficulty is gonna be renamed, and you can optionally choose to use the one down thing. Well, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a like similar way to normal mutators. According to the stream where they relieved these things, it sounded like it's not gonna be a mutator like the others. It's just gonna be a tick box where you choose the one down mechanic, and that one down mechanic can now be used on every difficulty. So you can play Death Wish with one down, Mayhem with one down, and Overkill 145 plus with one down, whatever that means. And there will be also new set of achievements for the old one down difficulty, so with the one down mechanic, the hardest difficulty, and new achievements for something, the hardest difficulty that will not have the one down mechanic, whatever that difficulty will be named. Some other changes that we have: Mayhem difficulty. Headshot multiplier is a little bit increased, so this means that dealing headshot damage is gonna be even more effective than before. And enemies that have assault rifles, they are gonna be dealing a little bit less damage. And something big as well: Death Wish, and the difficulty above that, which is currently one down but soon to be renamed. There's gonna be minigun bulldozers now. Minigun bulldozers were first introduced in the Crime Spree game mode, but now they are gonna be in Death Wish, and one down difficulties. And these minigun bulldozers, they will have double health compared to normal bulldozers on the difficulty. And one down difficulty is going to be having more changes as well. Whatever this difficulty will have, it's going to have those minigun bulldozers as well as medic bulldozers on the one down difficulty. One down has had a problem where the bulldozers didn't really use correct weapons. This has now been fixed, and you can see the KSP LMG and ISMA 12 gauge shotgun working properly now. So as I already said, having one down is an optional modifier. I'm not quite sure, as I said, if it's gonna work just like the previous ones, but I think having it as it's gonna be avoiding you with achievement, it's gonna be, like I said, a tick box and not part of the different modifiers that we already have in the game. We also are gonna be having more minor changes, but they will be said in the changelog whenever the beta goes live, and the game is obviously getting more optimization too. I hope that that's gonna help, because the game does run sometimes a little worse. Last big update, we got some optimization for cores, more than 2 cores, dual core processors, so that's something. So we also have some plans from Jules, what he wants to do in the future with Payday. So he wants to have a balance for sniper rifles compared to themselves. Currently we have some snipers that are much stronger than the others, and the weaker sniper rifles are not used at all. So something like this, balancing the sniper rifles, that every option might be viable and something like that. And same thing is going to happen to the 80 damage assault rifles, and they acknowledge that they are falling down behind the other assault rifles, and hopefully this will be balanced in the future. There's also some things like sentry guns, perk decks, and things like that, balancing them. This is not a priority, so it means it might not happen at all, but maybe some changes to those. So basically, and this is all that was said during the live stream. If I missed something, sorry about that, but I will do more videos about whenever the beta goes live, and if it has any different values than this thing here. So tell me what you think about the whole one down change, whatever the difficulty is gonna be named, and weapon changes, removal of silencer skills. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. I'll see you on my next video. Master Indigo signing out.